দেখছেন বাংলা চ্যানেল কোটি প্রাণ একসাথে।
Thank you, our honorable guest, our next mayor of New York City, the most diversified city in the world, the capital of the world. Mr. Stringer is running for mayor. He's a comptroller, we know, but he didn't come over here as a New York City comptroller. He came as a candidate, as our brother, who has introduced so many things in our community. Thank you so much, Scott, for coming, and we Bangladeshis are with you. Woo! Everything is ready. Yes. So right now, thank you everyone who has come over here. We have community leaders, we have press, electronic and print media. Everyone is here. Especially some of the names I have to recite over here, especially from his office. They have helped us to do this event. Alias, Maria, everyone is here. Thank you so much for helping me out to do the event. My community who has helped us out to do these events. Also Halima is here too. She's also the president, so she also helped us out. Our community, the activists, the leaders, the press, everyone is here. Without them, this event wouldn't be successful. Thanks for your love. Thanks for the love from Mr. Scott Stinger and for us. Thank you for coming over here. So many presses over here, everyone showed up, which is a great thing. Thank you. The press conference looked like a press conference right now, because without you, this event has no value. So why we are organizing, why we are supporting Scott? We all know about it, that Scott has done so many good things in our community. He has introduced the halal food in our community. Now his agendas are also very good. COVID recovery plan, he has remade the economy, which includes small businesses and provide more jobs, make affordable housing. We all know how expensive the rent is going. So he's working on that, invest in our children, and a Green New Deal for New York City. So these are the main agendas for his mayoral election. He's a comptroller, we all know, but he didn't come as a comptroller over here. He came as a candidate, our person, people person. So thank you for coming over here one more time. And now we want to recall the speakers. We have 6 speakers right now. So we will introduce. Before we go into that, I want to play a national anthem for USA, United States of America. We believe in one God. We believe in the God in trust. So can we play the national anthem of United States of America?
Should we play the Bangladesh first or just?
No, the American first. What happened? we gonna play Bangladeshi national anthem, please?
আমার সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ তোমার বাতাস আমার প্রাণে আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি তোমা ফাগুনে তো নামের করে প্রাণে পাগল করে মনে ভাই রে ওমা ফাগুনে তো নামের করে প্রাণে পাগল করে ওমা ধানে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি বিশ্ব
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Okay, so now let me go through a little bit of the. We're not going to take much time. We have a tight schedule, but these are the things. Those who have supported us, the organization who's here and their members are also here. Jacksonite Bangladeshi Business Association, JBBA. We have Harun Bhuya, Mohsin Noni, P. Muhammad, Kamrul Zaman, Asif Bari, Abul Qasim, Mahmoud Hussain Baksha, Selim Harun, Kamrul Zaman Bachu. Everyone didn't show up, but we have few of them. Harun Bhuya is here, Mulsi Bhai is here, Baksha is here. So thank you for coming and helping us out with this event. Jacksonite Elakabashi, we have Jacksonite Elakabashi is also another organization who have been Nizabul Haq, Shakil Mia, Aftab Johnny, and Zed Alam Nomi. They're all over here. Zed Alam Nomi is here, right? Owner of Piran Fashan, and also Aftab Johnny, he's a singer. We have World Human Rights Development USA, he didn't come over here yet, he's coming. Mr. Shah Shodul Haq and Muhammad Kadir Bhiya Jahangir Alam. Building our movement with elected members, that's me. I work with this organization. Thank you so much. Greater Kumilla Association is one of the association that's one of the largest organizations here. Dr. Muhammad Enamul Haq, Mia Muhammad Dulab, and Jahangir Shokar is here. Ruposhi, they're here. Ruposhi Chattu, that's Mamul, that's another Bengali organization. They're also over here. Harun Bhiya represents Dawanti. North Bengal Foundation, Mr. Muhammad Abdul Kashem is here, and Muhammad Ashraful Zaman, the secretary, is here, holding the banner. Astoria Welfare Association, he's coming, he said a little bit late. Mr. Shodul Haq is here from Human Rights Development US. And these are the organizations who has helped us out to make this event happen. And JBBA, just want to say something, JBBA and Jacksonite Elakabashi, we have 500 small business owners, that's the member of Jacksonite Elakabashi, Bangladesh Business Association. 500 small business owners are the members of JBBA. It has a legislative body, and what we are doing right now, they always support. I'm including a director of JBBA. So JBBA has done so many good things, but JBBA is a very important organization right now. Small business, 500 small business. They are suffering. Recently, UKB, they are also the members of Jacksonite Bangladesh. So thank you. Thank you so much. Right now, that's one more thing. Just want to, before we go into that, we want to say something about Mr. Scott Stringer, the comptroller of New York City. He's the 44th New York City comptroller, 26th borough president, Manhattan, New York State, Manhattan, which includes Manhattan. He was a New York State Assembly. He's working with, already I told you what he's working, what his agenda. But the biggest thing he did, introduce the halal food in our schools, which we know that he has done so much good work about it. So many complaints were there, but he recovered it by introducing it. Okay, thank you so much. Now we're gonna go to our speakers. Our first speaker is a businessman who has already run for campaign, State Senate and State Assembly, 2002 and 2004. 2002 he ran for State Senate, District 13, that is includes Jacksonite, all these areas, and 2004 State Assembly, District 39, which includes also Jacksonite. He's a businessman, renowned businessman in our community, and he owns a home care center, immigrant elder home care. Please welcome Giyash Ahmed.
Good evening and Assalamu alaikum. So we are here to support our good friend of Bangladeshis, friend of our community, mayor candidate Scott Stinger. So we are here to support him, and he will have a press conference. So I would like to thank all of you, journalists and our community leaders. So Fahad asked me to recite first, from Holy Quran, even though we don't have Imam here. So let's do it. So from Holy Quran, this is first chapter. It's called opener. This chapter for everyone. I mean, this is we are praying to God on. Surah Fatiha, sister. In the name of God, gracias, the merciful. Praise be to God, Lord of the world, the most gracious, the most merciful. Master of the day of judgment. It is you we worship, and upon you we call for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those who have blessed, not of those against whom there is anger, nor of those who are misguided. Amen. So, thank you. This is for everyone. We are asking help to God. Ladies and gentlemen, I started 20 years ago. I ran for New York State Senate, and now today we have a lot of community leaders. We have a lot of Bangladeshi leaders, a lot of community district board members, community board members, and also other states we have a lot of mayors, we have assemblymen, we have even congressmen. So we have to get involved in many state politics. We have to support our friend like Scott, because these days lot of dirty politicians, lot of misguided politicians, lot of extremists, they are coming up. So we have to be united. We have to support our friend like Scott. Otherwise, we won't be able to survive in this country. Yes. And I like to mention here that not only black vote matters, not only Hispanic vote matters, not only Jewish vote matters, Muslim vote matters too. We have millions of Muslim voters. We have to be united. So if you united, because of the electoral voting system, only 4 or 5 states decide who is going to be the next president. And these 4 or 5 swing states, we have millions of votes. So we can make it happen. We have to involve in our in mainstream politics. We have to support our friend like Scott. So next mayor of New York City, capital of the world, is Scott Stinger. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Giyash Bhai. Before we move on, just want to recite 1 minute for the people we lose for COVID-19 victims. Please, 1 minute silence for them. We have lost so many family members, so many friends. So please have a silence 1 minute for them. Thank you so much. Now we want to move to the next speaker. He's Abdul Rahim Hawladar. He's the acting president right now for the Bangladesh Society. Also, where we're doing a Jacksonite Business Association, he came from there too. He was the joint secretary for JBBA. He was the vice president for JBBA. Right now, he's the acting president for Bangladesh Society INC, which has 28,000 voters over there, Bangladeshi voters. So right now, we want to call upon our and also a businessman. He's also has a driving school, popular driving school. He's the CEO of that one. So we want to call Mr. Rahim Hawladar to say something about that. Or Mr. Scott Stinger. Scott Stinger.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning of this speech, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Scott and Stinger for attending his valuable time and joining this evening here and afternoon here. Thank you all the audience to come here to support Mr. Stinger and all the media. When I was the General Secretary of Bangladesh Society, I visit, we have a very important successful meeting on his office. I visit a couple of times his town hall meeting and Iftar Mahfil. Now he is running for New York City Mayor. This is very good news for us. Recently, I just visited his website and I learned something about his future plan, children and education, climate action, healthcare and pandemic, housing, jobs and economy, public safety and justice and transportation. All those issues, we are directly or indirectly involved all those issues. So if those can be improved, our life will be improved. And that's the reason I am supporting, I am voting Mr. Stinger, and I am requesting all the Bangladeshi, Asian and all the New Yorkers, please come forward and vote for Mr. Stinger. For myself, I can promise, if you allow me or your office allow me, I will be your campaign. I will sacrifice my time for your voluntary service, for your campaigning. If your office call me, I will be following. And thank you very much again. And thank you everybody. Please be safe and take coronavirus vaccine for yourself and safety of others. Thank you. Thank you so much. Scott Stringer! Scott Stringer!
Thank you. Thank you, Roy Mahalodar Bhai. Before we move on, we have to say some volunteers' name mentioned over here, those who help me out, those who help us out to do this event. Friend Rocky, he's the social media communication. He's gonna do the job of all the social medias. Rocky, you're here. Yes, say hi. So he's gonna do we're gonna have a Facebook for this one from now on. So he's gonna maintain that. We have Amin Makhzumi. He's doing the management today and helping. Where is Amin Makhzumi? Young entrepreneur. Rocky is a senior IT office manager for Fortune 500 companies. Amin Mak is a young businessman entrepreneur. Asaduজ্জামান Khan is also an IT manager. MD Zaman is here. He's looking for the security today. And Kamal Chaudhary, he's managing everything today to organize the event. Thank you. I want to move to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Muhammad Ali Bhai. He's a very well-known person, a businessman. He's also president of Bangladesh American Society. Bangladesh American Society, he's here. So I want to invite Mr. Muhammad Ali Bhai. He's also community board member 12, and I think he got promoted, am I right? What's the new one? Area chairperson. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad Ali Bhai.
Thank you so much, our dear brother Fazlman. He did a good job. Please give him a big round of applause first. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank you, our very important person and next mayor, Mr. Scott Stringer. Please give him a big round of applause today, because today's event is press conference from Bangladeshi for Scott. So I think this event is very, very important for our community, especially Bangladeshi community, because we know him very well. We trust him well. We have several seminars, several meetings with him. Especially, I'd like to thank you also, Miss Alia Latif. She also always called us any promotion, any meeting we have involved. So I know him very well. We work together. Why we support him? Let me tell you two things. Number one, he's a trustable leader. Number two, he working for our Muslim community, especially halal food in the school. He did it. I was this press conference that day. So the leader and trustable, and whatever he said, he did work. So that's why I support him. And I request to all our Bangladeshi people and other community, please vote him. I support him. he will be the next mayor of our New York City, great New York City. And one more thing I'm just and one more thing I'm just telling you, he is ready for day one. You know why? Because he's in the most powerful place in the New York City. He's in control now. He knows all of the New York City vein, or pipeline, whatever we say. Because when he starts the job, if he's elected, mayor, New York City mayor and the other people will be happy to do that. And I think we're going to be next mayor in our city. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, brother.
And I hope everybody is good. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Muhammad Ali Bhai. He's also a treasurer for Bangladesh Society. Now we have two more guests just came in. Mr. M.A. Aziz, the current president of Bangladesh Society, and right now the chairman of Trustee Board of Bangladesh Society. We have Mir Nizamul Haq, who was the president of Jackson Heights Elakabashi. He's here, very famous man in our community. Both of them are leaders. We follow them. Okay, now, Shashwadul, Mr. Yeah, I'll mention that one. We have freedom fighters over here. We have Bari Bhai, Rashid Bhai, all of them are here, sector commanders. Now we have, okay, so now we want to move to our next speaker, Mr. Faisal Aziz. He did his law from Hofstra University, and he also did his postgraduate from real estate development from Fordham University. He's the owner of a minority-owned business, General Construction, and he's the youngest among them. So let me call Faisal Aziz to say some words for why you support our Scott Stinger.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Listen, my friend Scott and I are here for you guys. So let me hear you. How's everybody doing? I wrote a little speech for you guys. Can I recite it?
Go ahead.
All right. Let me see.
Don't waste your time.
Let me put my mask on. Give me 1 second. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Faisal, and I'm the president of Core Construction. My father is also here, who was the largest minority-owned contractor for the city of New York. Dad, can you please raise your hand so everybody can see you? That's the man. Listen, every day I work closely with the city to execute its plans and promises for the people of New York City. And I believe Scott's plan, my friend Scott here, his plan for affordable housing is one I can not only support, but I can champion into the future for the residents of New York City. Listen, in the past, Scott has identified thousands of vacant lots, okay, for development of low-income housing. He demanded better conditions for residents of public housing, all right, and stood tall against big developers seeking to displace the most vulnerable in our community. People of color, people like you and people like me. His plan protects victims of domestic violence and our homeless veterans. With the proposed expansion of over 30,000 beds and 15% dedication of all city-funded units to affordable housing, Scott will support thousands who struggle during the COVID-19 virus. He's fought for education resources as well. I know that's very important to you guys and very important to me as well. For homeless children, it consistently works on the ground to make implementable policy. All right? My parents are immigrants. I was raised seeing their hard work and little support from the people in office at that time. We need someone in office who will ensure that plans for community facilities, daycare centers for our children, and language support for our people are implemented. Okay? We need someone in office who will ensure that minority-owned businesses like me have access to opportunities and are not deprived like they were in the past. Like you and like me. Our community, the Bangladeshi community, we are a very powerful voice. We are a very powerful voice now. And we need to put our support behind a man who will fight for us. People who will fight for the Bangladeshi community. Scott Stringer is going to do that for us. You understand? Scott Stringer the next mayor, and you can hold me personally accountable for that. Right? Right? Thank you everybody for your time. Thank you. My name is Faisal. Faisal Farhana Aziz. I'm the president of Core Construction, and Scott Stringer is going to be our next mayor.
Thank you so much, Faisal Aziz, for such a nice speech. And he's also the world successor of M.A. Aziz. M.A. Aziz is here. Okay, Aziz Bhai is here. Okay, now we're going to move to our next speaker, that is Richie Sulaiman. Please come on the stage. She's a famous actress back in Bangladesh. She's a legend in Bangladesh. She's also my sister. And I'm happy that she came over here. She's right now in America, she's a housewife, take care of 2 kids, but still she gave us a time. Please, Richie Sulaiman, come over here. Because she came here, she came here because of Scott, because she loves Scott. She said, I love that man, some reason. Okay, some reason?
Thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm Richie Sulaiman, Bangladeshi TV actor, and you can say me as a cultural worker too. So I'm here for today, Mr. Scott, Mr. Stringer, and as far as I know, that we have achieved too many good things in every sector, especially in Bengali community. But I think we haven't yet achieved too much good things in our cultural sector. So, as far as I know that Mr. Stringer is very much aware about our cultural sector. He has written a letter to our Governor Kumo. I want to read few lines from there. That is, vaccination our cultural workers is essential, recruiting the arts industries, bringing tourists back to 5 boroughs and energizing the cultural economy. Altogether, our cultural sector employed more than 293,000 people, generated 110 billion in economic activity. So it shows that how much Mr. Stringer is into it. And culture is the backbone of our nation. We all know that a person, family, if a community has cultural strength, they can achieve anything, any good thing in the world. So I think Mr. Scott is the right person we need, and he's the person actually we need. So please vote for him. I'm requesting to all my brothers and sisters, please vote for him, support him, and let's work together to support him. Thank you all.
Now we're gonna move to our last speaker, but before that we want to mention a few names. They have come and joined us. Mr. Abdul Rob Dilip, he's here. He's a businessman. And we have Mr. Rafiq Ahmed, he's also over here. So now we want to move to our next and last speaker, Nahid Khan. She's a physician. She lives in Bronx, and she gave us her time, and she works for Parchester Medical Services. Thank you so much. And also, I want to include Mr. Sheikh Mamoon. He runs a tutorial that includes a lot of students over there. Go over there, help him out, students over there. And also, he's a teacher for 17 years for high school. Thank you so much, Ms. Nahid Khan.
I'm short, so I'm going to lie down. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. It is an honor to be invited here amongst you, and it is definitely a privilege to be called to say something for Mr. Scott Stringer, and who has his own identity. You know that he is a city councillor, he is an assemblyman for many years, and also he is a borough president in Manhattan, and also many things. He did a lot of things for us, for the minority community, including the many people said before for the halal food. That's very important. I have 2 boys who is going to the public school, and his own kids also going to the public school. I know that. That's a big thing. I mean, usually the big people's kids go to the other type of school. His kids go to the public school too. All right. So what he did is like, we know that for healthcare he did a lot of things. I know that there's not many things could be done initially at the beginning of the pandemic. This is a very scary situation. But what he did afterward, he launched the fair shot in New York City. There is an equal distribution and fair distribution of the vaccination among all kind of people, especially the people of colors. That's he tried to achieve. Also, he also analyzed the needs for the frontline workers. The frontline workers, about like 25% of the frontline workers are lacking of the proper health care now. And then also 40% of them are black, transit workers, and 40% transit workers are black, who suffered severely in this pandemic. 50% of the cleaning workers is Hispanic, and among the 50% of the people who work for the frontline workers are the foreign-born people like us. So he took care of them. He tried to analyze what is their need. Also, the third thing is try to investigate the hospital, health and hospitals' responsibility during the pandemic. This is the big thing. How many? Initially we know that we have lacking of the supplies, testing kits. With the first during the starting of the pandemic, we know that we didn't have even the testing kits. They call even there is a shortage of the Q-tips, to use it as a swab. So this is a scary situation initially during the last year, April and May, those times. So in this period of time, it's very hard to take care. And this situation, he took care a lot. And then also, he owned the legislation for the first time in the United States. New York is the first state to ensure the insurance for the pregnant woman, right? And then so that the pregnant woman get the insurance during the pregnancy, prenatal cares, and all that. So this is the man who owned the legislation for that. And also, he also introduced and started the asthma center in the East Harlem. This is very important because we know that there is highest amount of asthma in Bronx and the northern Manhattan. So he opened the asthma center in East Harlem. This is very important, very, very important. I'm also a patient of asthma, so I really need to be there. And also, and his plan in future is the proper distribution of the health among all the people of colors, minority people, and all the people. He tried to make sure that the vaccination is reaching every community in every state. He tried to make sure that that we can combat the metabolic diseases and obesity, which is very important. This is for the whole United States. 1/3 of the people are obese, and the diabetes is a very, very scary situation. He tried to combat that. He tried to slash the airborne disease and asthma also, and he tried to cut down the mental health and the substance abuse. So it's all these cares, and he's trying to take the good and great steps, and we should support him, and also we will support him.
Thank you. You don't want to make it better than I do. Thank you so much. The main speaker, Scott Stringer. Oh, so before we move that, I just want to mention leaders over here. Hassan Habib from Jamaica, he joined us. He's a owner of a supermarket and also an activist. And he did a lot of work during the pandemic. And now also Amanat Hussain, he's from the Elakabashi. He's over here. And now we're gonna go to our. So before that, let me see. Who has come over here? Brent O'Leary. Brent O'Leary here. He's running for City Council District 26. Because he loves Scott so much. He said, I don't have to speak or say anything. I'm here because I love Scott. Thank you so much, Brent, for coming over here, showing your love for him. So we like to go to our main speaker. The event is having over here because of our controller, our leader, our next mayor, our love, Mr. Scott Stringer. Yes, Scott! Scott Stringer!
Thank you so much. I am so honored to be here at the kickoff of Bangladeshis for Stringer. Give yourselves a big round of applause, please. I am proud of your support. I need your support.
Why come down, man? I'm gonna come in after
Everybody. Is everything? All right. I am so proud to have everybody's support here today. Bangladeshis for Stringer means the world to me. It means that, let's give yourselves a big round of applause. Because today you have made it very clear that you are part of a campaign that is going to represent every single neighborhood, every single community, every single zip code in this city. When I'm mayor, everybody is going to have a seat at the table. Everybody's going to be part of our city. I know what this community has gone through. COVID was the great discriminator. It hit this community very hard. It hit the Muslim community very hard. So many of our frontline workers in this city come from this community. The people who never ever waited to help somebody else, whether it was deliveries, nurses, doctors, the people in this neighborhood who sacrificed for everybody else. We cannot open this economy the same way we closed it. We have to invest in all of our diverse communities. We have to make sure that every one of our children has a sound basic education with equally resourced classrooms in our public school. And I promise you, I'm going to get us there. We have health professionals here today, and I'm grateful for what you said. But no longer can we just manage people's health conditions. We have to solve health issues. We have to address diabetes and asthma and all of the bad decisions government makes to put dangerous facilities into communities like bus depot stations and peaker plants. We need a mayor with a real climate change agenda that will finally end environmental racism, and I'm going to do that as your mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
And I also want to say, this is going to be a coalition campaign. The reason we're going to win this race is because we have the broadest support. And our support is centered on the diversity of this city. That is why we win this race. Because we are building in 5 boroughs throughout the city. Our elected officials, our business leaders, our community advocates. Today is a powerful moment for this campaign. Because you could have gone for so many other candidates, and you decided as a community to stand with me. The Muslim community, the Bangladeshi community, the people in this community who have given so much to our city. And I want you to know, when we win in 80 days, not only will we have a party like nobody's business, but then we're going to get to work rebuilding this city, reimagining the possibilities, and making sure that we have one New York. I will be ready on day 1 to get this done. This will not be a mayoralty on training wheels. We will bring expertise and good government to City Hall. And I hope you will all be with me. Thank you very, very much. I'm proud to receive this endorsement. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott Stringer.
Next
Scott Stringer. Scott Stringer. Scott Stringer. Yes.
Questions?
Everyone, put your hands. Yes. Paul the best. Paul is the best leader.
You did a great job. All right, we're going to take a couple of questions, Ty.
Yes, before that I just
let me just get the press so they can get going. Okay. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Scott Stringer, that you have come to Bangladesh community at last. You know, if you are elected, you are going to inherit the mayor, greatest city of the world.
Sorry.
The greatest city of the world, New York State.
Yes.
But the city is now has been totally inundated with the problems, crimes, and other things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to ask you any question about how do we want to recover all these things. But I want to ask you one question. That is the very sensitive for the Bangladesh economy. This mayor wanted to abolish the specialized high school admission test. What is your plan for the specialized high school admission test?
Well, I believe that we have to make sure that every child, black and brown children included, have to be able to gain entrance into our specialized schools. I would take the Shazat test and eliminate it, and then move the 7th grade test into the testing so that we could have more inclusive kids in the school. We would still have a test, but it would be on information that the kids actually learn in the classroom. Next. Yes.
Hi, this is Abu. I'm from Time Television. Okay, Mike. Every time there was 1% all the how he will all the better and get the work.
Well, I think you, one of the things I'm very proud of today is when people came up to endorse my candidacy, they talked about the relationship we had. I didn't just show up because I was running for mayor. I've been in the Bangladeshi community. I've been on your shows. The work of the Comptroller's office has been about the entire community, whether it's making sure we safeguard prevailing wage and we debar those contractors that are not doing right by the people. I made sure that when it comes to women and minority-owned businesses, that we create more investment in communities of color. You know that when I came into the community, we did build a partnership for halal food, and I want to tell you this, the days of simply creating pilot programs are over. We're going to put halal food in every single classroom once and for all. In every single school, that's it. In every.
I just know our next mayor.
I wanted to congratulate you in advance that you will be our mayor, okay?
That's what I've been trying to tell everybody.
Last time,
thank you.
When last year you were here, I had the opportunity to interview him. So I'm so happy that you're in Jackson Heights, and with Bangladeshi community, we'll always support you.
Thank you.
And best of luck. And what is your main aim in your plan?
We're going to build real affordable housing to reduce homelessness. We're going to make sure that we resource every single classroom in every single community. We have a plan for climate change and get our young people into the green economy, whether we're retrofitting buildings or building out resiliency. And the last thing I want to say is we are going to make sure that regardless of what your background is, your religion is, your gender, this is going to be a city for everybody, not the 1%. I mean everybody in every group. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all the medias, print and electronic media. As I mentioned, without